Hello and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. This will be my intro for my 2022 Project Pan and Project 10 uses. I've been inspired to do Project Pan at least last year from Rebecca Morgan, which I will link down in my description. And Project 10 uses is something I found by watching Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. And I recommend you watch her project. She's been at it for a lot of years. So I really recommend her channel, and as I said, I will link them both down in my description. So this year I will do my Project Pan a bit differently than last year. Last year I just focused in on products and didn't use as much of other products in my collection. And this year I want to do stuff differently and just not like last year. I finished a blush from start to finish and it took a long time, and because of that I almost didn't use any other blush in my collection, and I don't want that to happen this year. And I have a lot of products, blush, highlighters and stuff like that I haven't used yet because I have a big collection of just blush. I have a big collection, period. So I want to get as much use out of my products as possible. So I won't have any fixed amount of products in this project. I will go through what I feel like and how much products I have in other projects. I will also not have every product in for completion. I will have a small amount of products I want to finish because otherwise they might expire, or I just want to narrow that category down in my collection, like foundation and lip gloss and so on. I also want to go through a few of my perfumes this year. And the other part of this project will be a 10 uses, so I will go through my lipsticks, my bronzers, my highlighters and stuff like that, just for 10 uses. I think later I might roll in like lip liners or eyeliners and stuff like that. I will start with the products that I am aiming to finish this year, and I will go through them one by one. After this intro, I will weigh a few of the products that's difficult to see progress on, and I also for my lip products I will do tally marks on a paper. Otherwise I will do tally marks on the packaging as much as I can. So from last year I have two products that's rolling over from last year's Project Pan. First I have a Smashbox primer. Really not much left. It's just there's a bit of an air pocket here, but it's still maybe 1-2 uses left in this tube. So this one I want to finish. And then I have my Nude Sticks lip and cheek pencil in the shade Mystic. Not much left, and it's kind of a brown mauvey pink shade, which I really like, and I like it as a blush as well. I usually use it underneath my foundation, especially when I'm filming, because my blush usually don't show up that much on camera with my phone. And this one I will do a new tally mark on a piece of paper so I can show you the progress next month. And then I have some new products I want to put into this project. First, it's a Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Cake Shake, and I think I'm about to here. Not sure if you can tell the windowing. So I'm almost halfway through this one. I've already had to take the stopper out once because it's so thick, the formula, so it sticks to the sides. So I had to take a spatula and just drag down the sides so the doe foot can reach. But I already put the stopper back in, and let's see. I'm not that big of a fan of the scent of these, actually. I like how they perform and how they feel on the lips, and this is the shade. But I don't really like this super sweet artificial scent. pastry scent, kind of. I don't really enjoy that. So I'm trying to work my way through my lip gloss collection this year, and I'm targeting my mini Fenty glosses first. Then I have foundations. And for this, I'm actually rolling in 2 foundations because I use them together. One is my Colourpop Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer, which I'm about to this line, and it's not that, it's getting thinner and thinner. And then I have my Lumine Blur foundation, which is kind of old, so I really want this out of my collection, and I'm about to this line. It's also not that thick anymore. And for these, this one is a bit too light for me at the moment, and this one is too dark, even though it's quite light, because I haven't seen sun for like 3 months. So I use them together, usually a small drop of this with 1 pump of this, and it makes quite a good shade, I think. Usually it matches me quite well. So these ones I will have in together. I will also accept, because the packaging gets thinner and thinner, you can't really see a progress with the lines like this, but I will do some weight so I can see how many grams I've used them. And I'm not sure if you know, I've had these in another project. I always mix them up. I think it's Happy Hour, the Happy Hour project pan, which will go up on the 12th. I had them in that project for 10 uses, and I've used them 10 times and seen a good amount of progress. So hopefully I can use these up as soon as possible, because they are the oldest foundation in my collection. And then to my oldest perfume. This is L'Occitane Cherry Blossom perfume. I'm not sure if you can see. I won't try to pronounce the French because I can't pronounce French to save my life. Even though I studied it in school, it's impossible. And at the moment, you can see it's on this line. And this one is my oldest perfume. I think it's from 2016 maybe, or older, maybe 1 more year older. And I took this with me when I moved to Japan, and then I took it back to Sweden when I moved back from Japan, and then I lost it. I couldn't find it because I moved in with my parents until I found an apartment, and then I moved to the apartment and I couldn't find it. It just happens that it was packed away in a box in my old room at my parents', but I couldn't find it at the moment, so I bought a new one. And just a month after I bought the new one, I found it again. So I have a little less than half, I think, because it ends here. So this one is a big priority for me to finish up, because I have a lot of perfumes. So I will focus on this one and some of my other older perfumes in this project as well. So hopefully I can see good progress on this one. Then I have one that I'm not sure if I will be able to finish, but I want to get as much use out of as possible, but because I think it's might be starting to get a bit old, a bit stiffer. Smell is kind of changing, maybe, I'm not sure, because it's kind of old and it's a cream product, and it's my Fenty Beauty Cream Contour Bronzer. Oh well, it's a contour shade. I have mine in the shade Amber, which is, let's see if it's, which is the lightest one. And I use it usually under my foundation because otherwise it gets too dark. I'm not sure if you can tell. It's a bit dark, a bit patchy today. It didn't really work that well today, I think. Actually, my goal is just hit pan. I'm not sure if you can see, I have a bit of use on it. Not that much, but I want to hit pan and finish as much as possible of this this year, and then I will declutter it if it's not done at the end of the year. Yeah, because it's also been just collecting dust, because I don't really use bronzers and contours, even though I own contours and bronzers. but I will try to change that this year. I think it's because I'm uncomfortable, because I'm so pale. It looks like I look like how girls used to wear makeup in high school, all with the wrong shade of foundation. That's kind of how I feel I look when I use too much blush, or uh, when I use bronzers. So usually I don't use them because I'm so pale, it doesn't look natural if I have like a sun-kissed glow. So I don't really use them. And I think it's also because I don't really find products that's pale enough to suit my skin coloring. And usually they're too orange, too warm. And now into the category of 10 uses products. First, I have my oldest MAC lipstick. It's from the Aladdin collection. It's super shiny. And I really love the packaging, but it's a bit pale, this lipstick. But I think it will work for me now in the winter months. And it still smells good, but it doesn't smell as strong of the vanilla scent the MAC lipsticks have as my other ones. So I think this one is just starting to get a bit old, so I want to have some use on it. So I will have 10 use goal, and I won't count reapplications, so it's more like I will use it on 10 different days. Then I have one of my newer blushes, because I'm always on the hunt for a perfect pink, light, cool tone blush. And this one is from Kylie Jenner, the only thing I own from her, because this one is supposed to be kind of unique. It's in the shade Winter Kissed, and it's a super pale, cool toned pink, or almost leaning a little bit purple, I'm not sure. So this one is also in for 10 uses. Then I have a highlighter from Kimchi Cheek Beauty, or Kimchi Cheek, yeah. And this is in the color Hollywood Glow. It's a duo, so I can mix so it suits my skin tone. The super pale one is probably closer to my skin, matching my skin tone, than this one. So this one is a bit warmer, and this one is more, yeah, it's a cool tone one. So these ones, I also want to have a 10 use goal on using this compact. So 10 different occasions. Then I will try to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have the one in light bronzer, and it looks like this. It's very pale, but hopefully it smells really good. But hopefully it will, it's the one over here. Hopefully it will match my skin tone a bit more, and I might start liking using bronzers and might get more comfortable with my darker bronzers in the summer. So this one is in for 10 uses. I'm really sorry if you hear some noise from outside. I think it's the snow plow that's going through. There's been a bit of snow lately, and it's still snowing. So even the cars that drive by are pretty loud. So please don't mind that. I think that was everything I want to put in the product at this moment. I have six products that I want to finish, and 5 I have a 10 use goal on. So I will update you in about the same time next month on how I'm doing. And I hope I see you then. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I hope I see you soon. Bye.